Hi everybody, welcome back to our circus and drama extravaganza. Today we're going to do some stretching so that we can do the splits. Then when we're in the splits, we can do some hula hooping just like this. You'll need a jump rope to help you with some of your stretches and your hula hoop for when you've got your splits. Let's start with a warm up. It's very, very important to be nice and warm. So if you're feeling quite cold, then maybe do some jumping jacks. Let's sit on our yoga mat or on the floor or on a towel or something and bring the soles of our feet together, just like that. Then slide them in towards your body. Your knees are out, they're going to bounce to the side. So this is butterfly pose and our knees are like wings flapping. So as we bounce them, we want our knees to get closer to the ground. How close can your knees get to the ground? Check your back. Is it straight or is it slouched? We want a nice straight back here. It helps to hold on to your feet. Bring your hands behind your back. You might want to slide your feet out a little bit. We're going to make some waves with our upper body. Draw some nice big waves. Your chin comes down, your head comes out. Chin comes down, head comes out. Make a really big wave. Let's hold it at the bottom. Stretch your arms out in front of you. How close can your chest come to your feet? Let's do our waves the opposite direction now. So we go out first and then we go up at the end. Can you make them really, really big waves? How big are your waves? Is your body nice and relaxed? Make sure your body's nice and relaxed. With your legs apart, roll over your hips, bringing your knees down to the floor. You want to create two corners. When you've got two corners, come over the front one and kiss the floor. Look at my corners. I've got right angles at my knees, perfect right angles. I lean over and kiss the floor, lean over and kiss the floor. Here we're stretching out our bum muscles. Hee 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 hee. Kiss the floor. Lift the legs up so the knees are up. Keeping your feet outwards and your toes are pointing out. Bring your knees in towards the center. Try bringing them both in at the same time. So you're really strengthening your muscles on the inside of your legs. Really push. And release. Let's turn around and sit with our legs out in front of us. Now we want the backs of our knees to be touching the floor. Let's point some toes whilst we flex the others. So they're doing opposites. We're drawing little waves with our feet, but at different times. Is your back straight? Make sure it is. Keep doing these waves with the feet. Now get your jump rope. Wrap your jump rope around the arc of one of your feet. When you've done that, with a nice strong arm, you're going to lift that foot off the ground, keeping it straight, really, really straight. We're going to take it as far as we can get it, and we're going to do some tiny little bouncy pulsy things. Can you see? So I'm pulling it a little bit more. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Release, let's do the other leg. Lift it. Always keep a straight leg. Bouncy, bouncy, bounce. Bouncity, bouncity, bounce. Have you got a straight back? Make sure you have. Now that you've done that, let's do some more waves with our upper body. Point your toes. You want your toes as far away from you as possible. The backs of your knees are touching the floor as well. Nice big waves, the biggest waves you can possibly do. We're doing about 6. If you want to do more, you can stop the video and do more in your own time. The last one we're going to hold. Let's hang out at the bottom here. Now we'll do our waves the opposite direction. So we go out first and then we roll the chin up the chest. Really big waves. How big can you make your waves? Wow. Hold it at the bottom. And come up nice and slowly. Let's lie on our back and lift one leg up. Take hold of your thigh with both your hands. You're clasping your hands. Our foot is flexed. Let's bend the leg and point the toes at the bottom. So as we bend the leg, our foot's flexed. We point our toes at the bottom and then lift the leg. We flex at the top. We point at the bottom. Flex at the top. Point at the bottom. Make sure at the top that your leg is perfectly straight. And release. Let's change legs. Start with that nice straight leg. There's not a tiny little bend in the knee at all. Foot's flexed. We lower. Point. Straighten. Flex that foot. Lower that foot. Point. Lift. Flex that foot. Lower that foot. Point and lift. Flex that foot. Lower that foot. Point and lift. This is a really nice exercise for stretching out the nerve that runs down the back of our legs. Hold it at the top. And release. Let's get our jump ropes. We're going to wrap the jump rope around the arch of one of our feet. We'll lie on our back and again, we'll take it to our maximum, keeping a nice straight leg. How far can you bring your straight leg to your body? We're going to do something special here. We're going to pull really hard with our arms, but at the same time we're pushing away with our foot. So imagine your foot wants to reach up. It wants to escape from the rope. Your heel wants to touch the ceiling. Let's push for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're going to relax every muscle and see if you can pull that leg a little bit closer to your body. Just like that. Keep a straight leg, no bend in your leg at all. Now when you've taken it a bit closer to your body, let's add some teeny weeny little bounces. Can you bounce that leg a little bit closer? A little bit closer. Feel nice and relaxed as well. Everything should be nice and soft. Let's try again. So we're pulling with our arms, but we're pushing away with our foot. So we've got this resistance. Every muscle in our body is squeezing for 3, 2, 1. And relax. Pull that leg closer to your body. Let's do some bounces. Keep everything nice and soft. Your whole body is nice and relaxed. Keep bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. Now let's do this pushing and pulling one more time. Let's pull with our arms and push away with the foot. So the heel of the foot is pushing towards the ceiling for 3, 2, 1. And relax. Bring that leg closer to your body. And now bounce, bouncity, bounce, bounce, bouncity, bounce, bounce, bounce. And release. Before we move on, pause the video and do your other leg. Now for the rest of the video, I'm only going to demonstrate one leg. So make sure in your own time you stop the video and do the other side. Now for our circus split stretches. Let's start in a nice big lunge. So one leg's in front of the other and it's bent. The knee is above the ankle. Can you balance here? If not, it's fine to have your hands on the ground. What we want to do is have nice strong legs. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. And we want to push our hips down towards the ground. So we want to sink our body lower and lower. Now, can you balance by bringing your arms up over your head? Keep pushing your hips down. So I'm bouncing. Let's have a little bounce, bounce, bounce. Keep going. A few more seconds. Now, lower that back knee to the floor. You can rest your hands on your knee or on the floor or on your hips. Again, we're bouncing. We're bouncing our hips closer to the ground. Pushing the hips lower. We want that space between the floor and our hips to be as small as possible. Now look at this front knee. Push this front knee outwards and turn that foot outwards to go with it. So your toes are coming off your yoga mat, if you have one. Now lean forwards, bringing your hands inside that leg. Can you come down onto your forearms? This is called lizard pose because apparently you look like a little lizard. Now hang out here. Again, we want that space between our hips and the floor to be as small as possible. If this is easy for you, then how about you slide that foot forwards and bring your knee, the back of your knee, over your shoulder. So you're like a little contortionist. So we're bringing the leg towards our body, we're bringing our shoulder underneath. So now that knee is near my ear. Let's come back up. Push the hips back. Push the hips back and straighten the front leg. Now double check here. Are both your hips facing forwards? Good. Let's do some little waves over our front leg. Remember, your front leg is straight. Do some waves. As you do these waves, try to kiss your calf. Give your leg a little kiss under your knee. Let's add some bounces and some kisses. Bounce and a kiss. Flex your foot as you're doing this. So we're hanging out at the bottom here. We're flexing our foot. Now let's push that knee forwards again so the knee is over the ankle. Lift the back foot and draw a big circle with the same side hand as the back leg. So it's my right leg that's bent, it's my right arm that opens out and reaches behind for this foot. I want to bring the heel of my foot to touch my bum cheek. Make sure your body's facing the front and not the side. Now that we've done that, let's see if you can slide into your splits. How far can you go? Take it nice and slow. Now when you get to the bottom, if you're not quite there yet, then try squeezing your bum cheeks together really, really, really hard and then relaxing them. And see if you fall to the floor. If you're a million miles away, then don't worry. Keep on trying. As I'm sure you know, practice makes perfect. So you must do these exercises in order to get your splits. When you've got your splits, you can try adding a hula hoop. So we've already learned how to spin on one hand above our head in our lasso. That's the easiest thing you can do in your split. You can also spin it to the side of your body. That one's a bit harder because it might touch the floor. What about the neck? This one's really hard because you're really pushing with your upper body, but it's possible and it looks great. Finally, if you have 2 hula hoops, how about you spin them on your hands? Now what I'm doing is halfway between a lasso and the side, so they're both at an angle, and I make sure they don't hit each other. Great. Let me know how you get on.